Happy Sunday. It's time for my weekly mental health vlog. This is week 15, I think. $890.67. That is what I just paid Walmart for my Latuda. That's after insurance and after my coupon from the vendor. This is what having a high deductible insurance plan looks like, and it sucks. I was lucky enough to have money in my FSA to cover it. But it is so, in my opinion, unethical for any medication to be that expensive. I'm lucky that I had an FSA that could cover this month. I don't know what next month is going to be. I have to figure out what my deductible is. But there are people that don't and that can't. And I was talking to my ex, and he's like, yeah, that's why you see so many people that are homeless and crazy, because they can't afford their medications. It's ridiculous. Suddenly Medicare for All is looking pretty damn good. I'm really lucky that I have flexible spending. And before you ask, I researched. I called the insurance company. I called the manufacturer to see if there's anything better they could do. I'm going to try and call my doctor and see if there's an alternate. But last time I asked him, he said there wasn't. So that's scary. For people like me who live paycheck to paycheck, that's scary. $890.67 was my copay. That's almost my entire rent. For one medication. I'm on 6 medications. That was for one. Blows my mind. Absolutely blows my mind. Aside from that, this week is focused a lot on my SAA. I met with my boyfriend and we talked about my slip up. He is more upset that I have to start over my SAA counter than the fact that I slipped up. And I was honest with him in the very beginning about what my addictions were and what my issues were. So he knew what he was getting into. Doesn't make it right, but he knew what he was getting into. He's very supportive. When I went to my meeting on Wednesday, I met with my sponsor first, and we talked about the slip up, how it happened, what led to it, what happened. And the funny thing was, when you're in an addiction program, you make friends with other people in your group. And you reach out to them on a daily basis just to check in, to say hi, so that when you are in a position where you feel like you're going to slip up or act out, you can text them and rely on them. And mine, when it happened, I wasn't thinking about SAA. I wasn't thinking about reaching out to my sponsor or my support group. I wasn't thinking. I wasn't in control. And that's a big part of it, not being in control. In fact, that's the first step, is admitting that you're not in control. And I'm not. I'm powerless over the addiction sometimes. But that's what this is about. That's what this is for. Slip-ups happen. And I was beating myself up a lot for it. Even though I was saying, don't beat yourself up over it. But yeah, I was beating myself up over it a lot. And my sponsor was like, you can't undo it. You have to pick yourself up, and you have to learn from it, and you have to move on. So That's what I'm trying to do. I'm putting more effort and work into my step work, which is my PCI, my personal craziness index, which is something that you check off to make sure you're doing certain things every day, that you're sticking with your routines. So I'm doing a better job of keeping track of that. And I started working on my first step. And for those of you that are familiar with a lot of addicts programs, especially SAA, your first step is pretty hard because you have to write down every sexual encounter or experience that you can recall. It's hard for me because there's so many that I couldn't recall. I know they happened. I know about when they happened, but I don't remember them. I don't remember their faces. I don't remember their names. I don't honestly even remember the actions, but there's a lot of them. But I started working on that, and that's not just like a from puberty on, that's from birth on. And there's some stuff that was very deep that I had to dig up for this. And that's not easy. But it's essential. It's essential. And it's not pretty. It's not pretty. My sexual history is not pretty. But you have to break it down like this and confront your demons as opposed to burying them, which is what I've found myself always wanting to do. So, been doing a lot of work on that. I think I got to about 5 pages, and I'm going to go through it with my sponsor, and he'll tell me what areas I need to expand on more, or he'll try and point out holes that I need to fill in. Giggity. And he'll help me out with that. So probably in a few weeks, I'll be doing my first step in an SAA meeting. I'm actually going to a meeting today, this evening, that my sponsor wants me to go to because it's one where it's a very large group and they almost always have a first step presentation because there's so many members. So I was going to go to that so I can hear a first step, and that might give me some more insight on how to phrase mine, word mine, organize mine a little bit better. So yeah, this week's been pretty heavily dealt with SAA. Rightfully so, because of my slip up. Beyond that, I got to see my son on Friday at his weapons class for Taekwondo. My son has weapons, that's terrifying, but he was really excited to see me, and we went to dinner afterwards, just Burger King, that's what he wanted. And I always get excited when I get to see my son. And I'm actually going to have him sleep over this Friday. So I'm pretty excited about having him over for a sleepover. The last couple times we tried to schedule it, either something came up or weather problems or whatever. So I'm excited to have him over here and hope the weather holds up and doesn't get too nasty so we have to cancel again. I'm not sure what we're going to do yet. It might just be popcorn and movies. Just something low-key and just hang out with my son. That's going to be the best thing ever. I get to tuck him in. I'm so excited about tucking him in. He's lost a lot of his teeth. He's lost these 2. This one's about to fall out. I think there's one back here that's falling out. He's growing up. And I'm missing it. I'm very happy that I'm back and part of his life. But I'm still not okay with the fact of how much I'm missing. And I think that's been hitting me pretty hard too. I mean, depression's a bitch. I couldn't get out of bed today until almost 4 o'clock. Not that I'm lazy. I mean, I am lazy, but that wasn't it. I couldn't get out of bed today. I had a really hard time with that. And that's what depression looks like. So, I got out of bed, I got a shower, I got dressed, I started working on some patches for my orders. I went to Walmart and spent $890.67 on my medication. And then I came home and made this video. I'm going to start working on some more patches again, and then I'm going to go to that meeting tonight at 6:30. So that's where I am. It's been a week of recovery. It's been a week of historical investigation, self-historical investigation. Been a week of researching medicine and doctors and insurance, on top of everything else I have to do. So, some weeks are ugly. Some weeks are expensive. Some weeks are stressful. That is a normal part of the journey. Okay, guys, that's my week. Take care of your friends, take care of your loved ones. Most importantly, take care of yourself. And I will see you next Sunday. Bye, guys.